I think it's a massive achievement. A lot of big clubs in the league wanting to do the same as what we've done, and yeah, we've delivered. I think there's times when the pressure was on, and there's going to be in this league. It's a tough division. It's relentless. I think we've had a lot of things to deal with, and yeah, it's been outstanding. I think when the players come under pressure and when we needed to get results, I think they've dealt with it better than anybody, and that's why when the big games have come and we needed to win, I think we've won 7 out of the last 8 maybe, when people talk about other people getting up and not us. And I think mentally we've dealt with that really, really well. I think we've played really well. I think you really just got to focus on the process at times when it all gets a bit edgy, and concentrate on playing well, on your shape, on how you attack, how you defend, and the players haven't half delivered well for us.
It's an incredible run, isn't it, that you're on to finish the season the way that you are, given that you've not just had the pressure of trying to win promotion, but you also had all of the FA Cup stuff going on as well.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at that a while ago, and we'd seen that clubs who'd had a good cup run had probably faded away, and that was something that you weren't going to go and lose a game of football. But they're the statistics. There's very few who achieve both, and I think it's coincided with us probably having the least amount of injuries for a long time. I think that's helped in the running, but we've played really well. We have played really well, and some of the nights at Bramall Lane, the Blackburn game, and the quarter-final, you know, they're magical, they're long in the memory, and it's. I don't think you ever enjoy watching it from the side. The fans might. You're always a little bit concerned and thinking what's next and how, you know, what changes can we make to be better. But I think when I've looked back at games after, I think we played quite well there. Yeah, it's been good, really good.
I was chatting to Robert Page before the semi-final, and he said that he'd watched the Blades and he could see your influence on the team, on the forwards in particular. How much have you enjoyed working with these forwards, and how have you seen them develop since you came and took on this role that you're in now?
No, I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. It's nice having a narrow focus, if you like, in terms of, you know, the with the ball and the attacking play, and obviously the strikers in particular. I really enjoyed us going to a front three. That was quite nice. It was new, and there was some real interesting stuff going on in terms of how we make space and create space for each other and that kind of stuff. So no, it's been an amazing experience. I've loved it. I was coaching strikers when I played, so when I went into a Forest Academy volunteering when I was still playing, so it's something I've done for a long time, and something I love, yeah.
Why does the dynamic between yourself, Paul and Stuart work so well? Why has it clicked as well as it has?
All born in Yorkshire. It just has. I mean, I know Stu. I played with Stu, and obviously me and Eki worked together very closely in the academy, and there's some good work going on in there in terms of development of players. So I think we knew each other inside out before we started. I think we've got affinity with the area, but I just think the balance is really good. I think we've all got our eyes on different things. I think our expertise is probably in different areas. The manager's brilliant to work for, and we've just got a real good spirit. Very competitive. I'd say that's one thing we all are, is extremely competitive, and you can see that at times. And I think environments or the managers I've played for are competitive, produce competitive teams.
Although you've still got, you know, a couple of games here before you can properly look ahead, and I'm sure you'll probably want to break before you worry too much about the Premier League, but what is that challenge going to be for this football club next season, to try and establish Sheffield United as a long-term fixture in the top flight moving forward? That's
the challenge, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it will be slightly different, I imagine, in terms of when we were looking at this season. Obviously, we had part of last season as well. We felt at Bramall Lane, a lot of teams would come in and sit behind the ball, and it was stuff we'd have to really work hard to break down. And I think our recruitment and our training reflected that in terms of getting people prepared for having to break down teams. And I think it'll be slightly different. I think teams will come and attack a little bit more. So there'll be nudges in how we do things, no doubt. There'll be the same amount of energy and focus onto the opposition, but it will look slightly different because of how teams will approach us.
How good is it going to be to see the old gaffer that are still going for Huddersfield, still pulling off miracles?
Yeah, I've bumped into him a couple of times this year already. He's been out doing games and doing the media side of things, and you know, he's extremely experienced. I really enjoy playing for him. He's we had some good times here, and he had some good times here. And yeah, I know it'll be clear instructions what they want them to do and how he expects them to play, and it'll be an extremely competitive game.
How does he do it though? Because I think most people looked at Huddersfield and thought this is even a job too far for Neil, and yet here they are with a great chance of staying up.
Yeah, I think he makes players feel good, makes them feel confident about the game, and keeps things very simple. Then there's an art to that. I don't think anybody could just make people feel good and keep things simple. You need to know what bits you're keeping simple and break down the whole thing into little bite-sized bits of information that gel. So yeah, he's had success in his division time and time again, and no one's that surprised that they've pulled away.
Fans and even talking to some of your former teammates who played in that team, they all remember fondly those days. What are your favourite memories of that era for Sheffield United?
Yeah, it was competitive. We were reasonably successful. The year my full season, I scored a few goals. I think that year it was nice. Just missed out on the playoffs, which wasn't nice. But I enjoyed coming into work. It was good fun. It was a good laugh, and there's a bit of energy about the team and a bit of needle about the team, and but it was a real enjoyable time. And the people in the club, probably a lot of them still work here now. It was a lot of my family's favourite time as well, just of how welcoming the club was and still is. And I think that's something that's special about the club. I think it's a very down-to-earth nature about it, and it's very welcoming to players. I think the players who've come here this year have had a very similar experience, have loved it, and it's really important we keep that groundness about us, and the club maintains that, because it's what keeps it special for me.
Is it quite rewarding then to sort of enjoy it as much as you did, and then be able to come back as a coach, and you know the fans are chanting your name as well, and
yeah,
you know they've still got that affection for you?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, when I worked at Forest, I was showing videos of United when the late goal, well, when they scored at Bramall Lane in the 4-2, the bouncing stuff going on, and it was just amazing that the energy and the feeling it could produce off moments of football. And I remember Blackburn at home last year, the 1-0 down to 10 men, the late goal, 94th minute, and the stadium's electric. And there's things like that just seem to happen at this club. And I know other fans will say things happen at other clubs as well, but you know, during this brief period of time we've been in, there's been some real magic moments, and then a promotion and FA Cup semi-final. So I just think it's fantastic to enjoy it in your hometown club, and it's special, yeah.
There's a bit of magic around this place at times, isn't there? And we've seen that, I suppose, with the cup run as well as the promotion, and you know what Chris Wilder did here, what Neil Warnock did here. There's been quite a few moments in the last sort of 20 odd years, hasn't there, where this club's really shone. Yeah,
Bramall Lane is always a tough place to come when you're on the other side of things, and when there's a bit of injustice, or the referee misses one, or you know the fans feel they're not getting the fair rub of the green, and they can see the players getting everything, they really get involved, and it becomes a tough place to play. And I think, you know, when we scored the first the other night against West Brom, it was just the whole place changed. And I think there's been like the Blackburn game at home, and there's so many times when the stadiums took off, and it's like flipping out. You know, your hairs are up on your arms, and it's just unbelievable feeling to be involved in it. But at the same time, the players are the ones who've got to go and deliver, and I think at times they've played really, really well. I think they've maintained the way we want to play. They've been a calmness. They've been able to pass under the pressure, and when things aren't quite going well, and stick to how we want to play. And I think the players deserve, a real lot of praise really for when the pressure's come on and all the clubs around us have felt the pressure and we've kept delivering. I think the players have managed to keep a cold head at the right times and continue to play some real fast attacking football.
And finally, does the opportunity to set a points record in this division for Sheffield United really spur this team on? Because I suppose you're going to need a bit of that, aren't you, when you're playing a team like Huddersfield who have got everything to play for themselves?
It never ends, does it? So you need to get off to a good start. You need a good middle of the season. Then we're looking to hopefully cement the playoffs. Then we're getting promoted, and now there's something else, and that'll never change, So I think naturally, with how competitive we are, how competitive the players are, you're always looking what else can be achieved. And so, yeah, we're aware of it. I would say job done in terms of the promotion. It doesn't feel like there's the pressure on it like there was a few weeks ago. And we talked about it a couple of games ago, and we've won those, and we've played well. And listen, we're wanting to win football matches, and that won't change. So yeah, does it come with the same pressure as the promotion? No, it doesn't. But would it be nice? Of course.